Thank you, Steve, very much. Archaeologists usually have a PowerPoint. Tonight there is no PowerPoint. I wanted to, though, call your attention to this magazine called Archaeology in the Southwest that was on everyone's chair. And that's my take-home PowerPoint for you to look at that large photograph of downtown Tucson, and that's the context for a lot of the comments that I want to make here tonight. While preparing this special issue of Archaeology Southwest, which is focused on the archaeology of downtown Tucson, I often applied insights gained by reading a wonderful little book called Outside Lies Magic. It's by a Harvard professor of landscape history who likes to walk or ride his bike along side streets or country roads where the pace is slower. And his premise is that for the careful observer who takes the time to look, who perceives the details, and begins to ask questions, the world around us is full of remarkable stories. In many ways, that's the way I feel about my job as an archaeologist. I earn a living looking carefully at the ground and sometimes digging beneath that ground surface to discover the special stories about the places of the past. I've had the good fortune to be an archaeologist in Tucson since 1972. In retrospect, I wish that someone had welcomed me to Tucson by taking me up to Sentinel Peak to look over my new home. If I had practiced the approach outlined in Outside Lies Magic, I would have looked down to see that there was a big, squarish piece of land at the base of a mountain that was different. The land around it was higher, and it didn't look natural. Those oddities would have caused me to ask more questions, and fairly soon I would have discovered that I was looking down at the Mission Garden, a parcel whose boundaries were established in the late 1700s, when stone footings were laid down and an adobe wall was built to enclose about 4 acres for a garden for the San Agustin Mission. The clues were subtle, but they were there if I had looked. The Mission Garden, the mission itself, the canals, and the field boundaries have left an imprint that is still visible on this area for the careful observer. And since 1975, I've spent a great deal of time trying to tease out the details about the subtle clues in that landscape of the birthplace of Tucson. Tucson's fortunate. It isn't just the hidden details that enrich us. We've also Tumamoc Hill, Sentinel Peak, San Javier del Bac, Tubac Presidio, the places that Tucson children experience as they grow up, that new arrivals discover as they experience their new home. And tourists often come to see firsthand. We recognize them as important places in the community's history, and we know that they still shape life here today. For an archaeologist, however, those monuments that are still standing are actually rather young. Archaeological excavations over the last 15 years have shown that this community has been in continuous existence for over 4,000 years. Think back to the year 2000, the big global clamor that was made in the transition between one millennium and the next. Well, Tucson has seen 4 such millennia come and go, and we're still here. That's pretty cool.
So I said to her, what the heck is the wire barrel? No, I understand what a wire barrel is. So for C.L. Peterson, tonight, I am going to declare the Wayabera as the official city uniform. And for all those people that have a Wayabera, stand up and let's honor you representing the official. Well done. Yay, well up. Yay, C.L. Peterson for making a stand. That's real leadership. Congratulations to all of you that put this evening together. Hallelujah. City of Tucson.
Thank you, Bob. While we're at it, can we declare the cumbia the official dance of Tucson? Huh? Yeah, you got that right. While Bob's going back to his chair, let me recognize a couple folks I missed in the beginning. Marcario Saldate, running for the State House. Senator Linda Lopez. Sammy Hamad, running for the State House. Sammy. And also, that raffle for the Father Kino statue is going on out in the lobby. It's a good one. I just want you not to remember, not to forget. It's an opportunity to do something good, spend some money, and get something wonderful. Okay. Now, oh, and John Doherty running for U.S. Senate. John Doherty. I guess an investigative journalist is something like an archaeologist because they both dig up dirt. Whoa, who said that? All right, now our entertainment coming up next will be elemental artistry, if you would. All right.